investor. We're talking real money.
Let's begin with a story as old as time. A story about you and your future, about you and your investments. Like so many, you've probably visited with a person who claims to be a fiduciary advisor or who just provides financial services, like your local Edward Jones or the bank down the street. You sell a house. You collect $100,000. In 2017, you walk into your friendly neighborhood Citizens Bank and talk to the friendly financial advisory person in the bank about what you should do with your money. Because you express a desire for safety and income in retirement, they invest your money in an immediate annuity. Your $100,000 goes into the immediate annuity, an annuity that you count on to provide income for the rest of your life. Well, fast forward 2 years to 2017. You go to get your money, some of your money, out of your annuity. You are informed by your friendly neighborhood banker that your account with this very safe annuity is frozen. It's cold as ice. It's willing to sacrifice your money. I didn't sing it. And now you have to go take out a mortgage on your house to just survive because you can't get your money. Now it's 2023. And your money is still frozen in what was sold to you, I guarantee it, because they always are sold, as an absolutely no-lose investment. Now, the investment in question is one we talked about a couple of years ago after a Wall Street Journal investigation. It was called, the annuity was from a Banker's Life. And the story is really, it's terrible for investors. And it's so valuable for all of you who believe those salespeople who tell you annuities are absolutely safe. I'm done. That's Tom. More on annuities here on Talking Real Money, Tom.
Well, and people are going to point to this and say that's because their paths crossed with Greg Lindbergh, the billionaire who apparently has done many bad things, many bad deeds, including being involved in the insurance company that issued these annuities. And this is no small problem. I mean, we're talking about $2.2 billion worth of annuities that were sold just a few years ago, where, as you said, people were relying on the guarantee to go get that money and to live off it, and now they're stuck. Mr. Lindbergh, apparently, while he's under indictment, is still living on his, I think it was a 100-foot yacht or something, or 214-foot yacht near Tampa, I guess. So he's doing fine.
And yet, while there are insurance pools supposedly covering all this, Tom, why have the investors in this annuity not been able to get their money back from these insurance pools?
And this is something I learned through this article in the Journal just this last week, and I didn't know that there was a cap of $250,000 on these annuities to be paid out from this insurance pool. So all these people, the lead article here, the lead paragraph rather, is about someone who put in $700,000 and may well see nothing back other than the $250,000. After that, there's no guarantee you get anything. You know, I mean, in this, again, people are going to first say, well, that's because Greg Lindbergh's a bad guy. I'm going to say, this is because what you believe to be a guarantee is only a guarantee between you and the insurance company. It might be Lindbergh this time. Next time, it might be somebody else. We don't know. Insurance companies can do well for a long period of time and then can have horrible years, as we learned in the financial crisis of 2008. So the guarantee is only as good as the company issuing them. This is another argument I have when people say, I'd rather have an annuity than a government bond. Well, so far, the
Yeah,
United States
yeah.
government has always paid you back. I can't say the same for the people issuing annuities. So it's only as good as the issuer. And in this case,
And
the
there's
issuer
another
is bad
problem, though,
people.
Tom. Yeah, there's another problem with this. The fact of the matter is, these annuities were seized by the state of North Carolina in 2019. These were frozen in 2019. It is now 2023. By my calculation, that's 4 years later. And yet these people have not gotten a penny from the insurance pool because there's a little bug in the ointment that the insurance company has to have filed for reorganization before they can start paying. And this dude is holding up that reorganization, this Greg Lindbergh, who, by the way, this is salacious. This is the thing that would make it on Entertainment Tonight. Not only is he living on his $100 million yacht, but get this. He's divorced, and he's spending millions of dollars on gifts to women, including paying a number of women to have children for him.
I'm glad I'm out of that. I don't have to do that anymore, so I'm happier. And
Well, wait a minute. Isn't that prostitution, even if there's a baby involved? I mean, really?
Yeah. You're veering into the Entertainment Tonight, and I'm trying to stay on the money part of all this.
All right. Well, I just thought that was really interesting.
It isn't. No, I'm kidding. Even if they go into liquidation, there'll be 1,600 annuity owners who will not be fully covered. 1,600 people that will not see their money, even if they're allowed. And this guy's fighting this because he's not going to admit that they've done anything wrong. He's not going to admit there's a problem, which apparently there is a big problem. So to anyone, and I said this at retirement, I say it on a regular basis, beyond the fact of the guarantee, which I just don't think is a guarantee, I already don't like annuities for the three reasons I mention regularly. Number one, commissions. Number two, fees. Number three, liquidity. Commissions, fees, liquidity. Look at this liquidity situation. Here you are. One of these people is 67. They've been retired for a few years. Can't get their money. People in their 70s got to have their money to live for retirement. Can't get their money. Liquidity. So even if the annuity was still in business, they couldn't get all of it should they need it. So I hate it for that reason. I have no idea what the fees are on this particular product, but I guarantee you,
well, they're not
high.
because it's a life annuity. It's
a
not.
Life annuity.
There are no fees. There are no fees. They're making the difference between what they pay you and what they can make on your money.
Okay, so you've always had that argument, and I say that you're getting it somewhere.
It's not really fees though, because you can't find a number.
Can't say it. Yeah, I can't find the number. But I bet there was a commission paid on this product.
Oh, that I guarantee. That's how that person at Citizens Bank got paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Citizens Bank now goes,
too.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, well, it was a scam. It turned out to be a scam. Now, they're not all scams. They're not all scams. But, folks, we saw this happen back in the 90s with Executive Life. It took more than a decade for the customers of Executive Life to get their money. And many of them still didn't get all their money, again, because of these insurance pools. Anytime any idiot tells you that an annuity is guaranteed, they're lying. It is not 100% guaranteed. It is only guaranteed by the insurance company and possibly by a state insurance pool. And this is one of the flaws with annuities. They're regulated not by the feds, but by each individual state. So there are 50 slightly different rules and organizations through which you need to work to try to get made whole. And the other problem is many of these insurance commissioners are either past or future employees of the insurance industry.
I want to add one more thing.
Fox.
Thank you for that, which I think makes a lot of sense. Most of the time when people bring these products to me and say, I'm thinking about buying an annuity, they have one or two annuities as it is. They have Social Security and oftentimes a pension. And I say, what? Huh? You have a regular source of income. Why? You can create your own annuity by putting a certain amount of money in stock mutual funds or exchange traded funds, certain amount in bond, and rebalance it every year and pay yourself whatever the between those two, the increase, whatever it is. You can make an annuity that will be liquid all the time. You'll pay far less in fees, even though you may be paying very little here, and you don't pay a big commission to buy those products. So yeah, this is bad news all around. I'll be watching this case with great interest to see what happens. We've certainly talked about Mr. Lindbergh before. He is a bad person who did bad things.
Yes, he's a bad man.
He's been in federal prison on bribery charges related to the insurers. So this is not a quality person. He never should have been allowed in the financial sector as it is. And I'll hope and pray that these people get some sort of money back at some point. But man, what a mess.
Well, it won't be much because apparently he just finished buying 2 houses recently. In one of those houses, he is homeschooling his children, including 5 under. Get this: he has 5 children under the age of 3, and a 6th on the way. That's from his little prostitutes that call themselves baby mamas or something. Come on, if you sell your body for a child, there's something really wrong with that. It's not. It's normal. Weird. I don't think. Yeah, anyway,
weird. It would be
it's weird. Yeah, it's all very strange. And the moral of the story is, if you don't go into a bank. Really, the moral of the story is never go into a bank to invest. Go into a bank to put your money in the safe with the big glass doors on it so you can see what's inside. Go put your money in the bank for, checking and paying bills and things like that. But never, ever talk to that generally less than bright person selling insurance products and mutual funds in the bank lobby. Just avoid them like the plague.
And I'll add to that, never go to an insurance company for investment products.
No.
I mean, that's horrible, but people do it every single day. They have their money managed there
because they call themselves financial advisors.
And they shouldn't be there. That's go to them for insurance. That's fine. Get a nice, rent a policy, whatever it is, but do not get a whole life. Do not hire them for investing. That's bad news all the way around. And
by a rent a policy, Tom is referring to what is known in the rest of the world as a term life insurance policy.
Which is what I have. I like to put it that way because I think people think, what's he talking about? He sounds kooky, but that's all I have.
When was the last time you bought cash value homeowners insurance?
Exactly. Thank you for it. Great idea. I like that. We had to do that on Sundays or something. I like that.
And, oh my gosh. Before we get to the question, speaking of fees. I just, somebody gave me this. It's the, the Invesco, International Equity Fund. This is their latest statement of fees and expenses.
Invesco International
Equity Fund. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Broadly diversified, low cost.
I just wanted to read the fees to you because I found this interesting. Now, Tom, I want to put this in perspective. If you were to hire Appella Wealth as your advisor and you had $500,000, didn't have $1 million, just had $500,000, and you had like a typical 60-40, 70-30 portfolio, what would your average annual cost, including the personal advice and a financial plan and all of that, what would your annual percentage cost be for that approximately?
1.17%.
1.17%. And you're getting ongoing advice. That means you have somebody, and you get regular calls and
the funds, everything, no commissions,
that includes everything. Yep. Here is the annual fees, get this, for the Invesco International Equity A shares.
Why did they mail this to you?
I know somebody gave it to me.
I was going to say, whoever's on that mailing list said, don't put Don McDonald on there again next year.
You've paid 5.5% to the salesperson already to get into the fund
for the pleasure of owning it. Yeah.
So out of that $500,000, you've paid about $30,000 in commissions already. Every year you pay a management fee to Invesco of 0.88%, almost 0.9%. But wait, there's more. You pay a distribution or 12B1 fee of 0.25% per year.
What?
But wait, there's more. You pay other expenses of 0.22% per year for a grand total. This is just to own a mutual fund in your portfolio. You're not getting any ongoing advice or anything, of 1.35% per year.
In today's world, truly, that's an outrage.
And the C shares, in which you didn't pay a front load, you're paying 2.10% per year.
Wait, the C shares you're paying what?
2.1. 2.1%.
How big is the fund?
Year.
How many people
I don't know.
Investors?
I'd have to look that up.
That's nuts.
Oh, you're going to make me look it up, aren't you? A lot. Come on, it's Invesco. They're huge.
And while you're doing that, I will ask a question from Greg in Molalla, Oregon. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of what we do. I'm excited to do that.
All right. Okay. Greg writes in, trying to simplify in easiest term why it's better to have a Roth versus a traditional IRA, even if you have to do a conversion. He says as the father-in-law, I told him these basic points. Okay, so he's speaking to somebody younger, like, hey, here's why you should do this. That makes sense.
Okay, and so his argument is everything should be in a Roth.
Yeah, eventually, sure. Okay. Number one, pay taxes now or pay them later. Right now, tax rates are very low. What will they be when he retires in 30 to 40 years? Of course, nobody knows that. They could be lower then.
Right.
Are they low right now in terms of where they've been the last 100 years? Yeah, they're pretty low. So that's probably a reasonable argument. I don't know if it's the best. Number two, Roths will have all of its principal and dividends tax-free at the time of withdrawal. Traditional will be taxed on all the monies. That's spot on. In other words,
right, as
everything
income
comes out
too, income,
correct. Yeah, so at income tax rates.
Right.
Roth does not have a requirement to withdraw the monies at any time. Traditional will have RMDs attached when he reaches age of 75. So this must be a young person.
Okay, now that argument really only works if this is money that you never plan to use and you're going to give it to your heirs. Otherwise, you're going to be taking it out at some point because you're going to need to live on it. So, that's a spurious argument. With an IRA or a traditional 401k, the government's going to tell you when you have to take it. Yeah. With a Roth, you can take it when you like. So you make a good point. But if you're going to spend it, you're going to spend it. You're going to pay the tax on it. Of course, the required minimum distributions between 3% and 4% a year. Am I missing anything else? Any other ideas would be great. Thanks, Greg. Yes.
I think those are pretty good. Oh, okay, good.
No, I think he's missing some things. I think we're trying
That's what I'm saying. What is he missing?
We're trying to paint with a broad brush. We're trying to, have a one size fits all answer, and that is not it doesn't. You're saying you want to say this as a rule of thumb, and it's not. It can't be. It cannot be. I will use myself as a perfect example. I have done a plan. I currently make the best money I have ever made in my life.
You didn't tell me that.
Not the kind of money.
They're paying you more than I was paying you.
Oh yeah. They're paying me more.
By the way, I just looked at. Because I'm cleaning out our office.
Not by a lot though, actually. Okay. So it's not.
I just looked at our original hire. A guy we hired back in 2012. We were paying him $12 an hour. I felt kind of bad.
We were above the average though. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that right now I only fund
your pre-tax,
a taxable 401k. I mean, pre-tax. I'm sorry, 401k.
Right. Traditional.
Because today the deduction, I believe, is worth more to me.
Sure, I think that's right.
Because I've calculated my income out into my 70s and 80s, and if the tax rates stay where they are, I am going to be in a much lower bracket.
The expectation is that's for most people, right? Your bracket's higher today while you're working lower.
Therefore, why would I want to put it in a Roth when I would have to suddenly pay taxes at my much higher rate? It just makes no sense to me. So I'm just saying the argument cannot be an absolute.
And this may be designed for somebody who's 30, who's not like you at their maximum earning capacity.
Absolutely.
Which I think that makes sense.
But again, he was trying to paint it. He was trying to make it a general answer. And it really is like everything else. Like everything else, the correct answer is
maybe.
It depends.
Yeah, and even the tax situation, because we have no idea what tax rates will be in 20 or 30 years. They could be up, they could be down, they could be the same.
We could be like Europe and be looking at a value-added tax and a reduction in the income tax. That would change the whole formula. That would make everybody who moved to a Roth look kind of stupid.
And my personal take, as I've said before, is eventually there will only be Roth. There will be no more traditional.
Oh, I agree.
The government will just say, give us our money now. Yeah, go do whatever you like with it, but we'll take our taxes today. It's easier. It's simpler. You don't get into all the withdrawal, blah, blah, all the rest of that stuff. It goes away. Makes sense.
Well,
we
had some good stuff today. We covered some good stuff today.
Great story. It's scary.
Well, great, not people. Great for the people who are in it, but it's a powerful tale.
It is.
It's a fable for our times. It's like a morality tale. This is telling you everything you need to know about those people who pitch annuities. Sure, most of them are okay. They are. But how do you know yours is the one that's okay? Because I know for a fact that when this Bankers Life annuity was being sold, it was highly rated. And now it's not.
Now what? Yeah, exactly.
It's not rated. It's just not. It's frozen. So anyway, by the way, you wanted to know how much money was in the Invesco International Equity A shares?
How big a fund is that?
It's big. $2 billion.
No.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Whoa.
That's just...
They're making good money,
nuts. Dude. Oh, they're making good money. They're making ridiculous money. They're making... Who's the sports analogy today? I can't even give a sports analogy. A lot of money. I mean, it's crazy.
They're making Russell Wilson money.
Oh. Ouch. You're going to go ahead and say that as a Broncos guy. Okay.
I know.
I would have been the guy who was slinging that arrow at you, but I'll let you do it yourself.
I decided that it's often better to, to take it yourself. You get ahead of it. Don't let you enjoy it too much.
Which I would too.
I know you would. Did you want to share anything about your little meetings that you have?
Yeah, it's been great.
Meetings?
Been a great start to the new year. Yes, we've helped many people. Loving it, loving the calls, love the Saturday morning calls. If you want some help, go to talkingrealmoney.com, click on, wait, don't tell me. I'm looking it up.
He's got to look it up because he can't remember what the button says.
I can't remember. I hate
this
being
is
old.
So sad that he cannot remember what the button says. Meet an advisor. He's looking at the website on his phone.
Meet an advisor. Click on there. Or call us 800-386-3004. I'd love to talk to you. I am shocked. It's free. We help.
I am shocked that you did not give me any hell about my voice conference.
That's coming.
Totally shocked.
Coming soon. It's coming. It's not over.
To a future episode of Talking Real Money? Oh, yeah.
Tune in for that. You won't want to miss it. Speaking of slings and arrows.
No, I'm leaving now. No, before he can sling any more slings or sling arrows or sling rocks or hot tar or boiling oil or whatever it is he does, Mr. Medieval. We're going to leave because we've done enough talking real money.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Capital, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit talkingrealmoney.com for more information and disclosures. That's a wrap.